Welcome and introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another powerful and inspiring episode here at Native Flow. I am so glad you've joined me today. Thank you for taking this time to listen, learn, and grow. This is your moment to focus on yourself, your progress, and your English skills. I'm here to guide you on this journey every step of the way. My name is Jason. And on this podcast, we explore significant topics using simple, clear, and real English. Our goal is to help you improve your listening, your speaking, and most importantly, your confidence. You don't have to be flawless. You just have to keep moving forward. Together, we will learn and grow one step at a time. Today's topic is an important one: mental health. Perhaps you have heard this term before, but maybe you're not completely sure what it means, and that's perfectly fine. You are not alone in that feeling. Many people feel the same way, which is why we're going to break down this topic in the simplest and most helpful way possible. So, what exactly is mental health, and why is it so crucial for us all? What is mental health? Mental health is about how we think, how we feel, and how we interact with the world. It influences our emotions, our relationships, our stress levels, and even our physical well-being. When our mental health is strong, we feel more balanced, peaceful, and focused. However, when it's not, we might feel tired, sad, anxious, or lonely, even if everything seems fine on the surface. This is why we need to talk about it openly. Just as we care for our bodies, we must also care for our minds. Sadly, many people avoid discussing mental health because they feel afraid or ashamed. But let me be clear. Mental health is not something to conceal. It is a completely normal and natural part of every person's life. In this episode, we'll cover what mental health truly means, its importance, how to spot the signs that something is wrong, and how to nurture our mental well-being. With simple, practical methods. You don't need to worry about complex or difficult vocabulary. I will use easy-to-understand English because I want you to feel comfortable, calm, and confident. So please take your time and relax. You have the freedom to pause, repeat, and proceed at your own pace. This is your personal journey. Listen, you are not only improving your English, but you are also growing as an individual. Let's get started now. Let's dive into the main subject of this episode. What is mental health? Many people hear the phrase but aren't entirely sure what it means. Some might think mental health only refers to mental illness or something that happens to a person who is crazy. But this is incorrect. Mental health is far more than just mental illness. We all have a body, and we also all have a mind. And just as we care for our bodies, we must also care for our minds. That, in essence, is what mental health is all about. It is the health of our mind. It encompasses how we think, feel, and behave. It also includes how we manage stress, connect with others, and make decisions in life. When our mental health is good, we feel happy, strong, calm, and ready to face the challenges of daily life. On the other hand, when our mental health is not good, we may feel worried, sad, angry, or exhausted, even when things look fine on the outside. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine waking up in the morning. If your mental health is in a good place, you feel ready for the day. You get out of bed, eat breakfast, and go to work or school. You engage with people, solve problems, and find joy in small moments, like smiling at a friend or sipping a cup of tea. However, if your mental health is not good, things feel different. You might not want to get out of bed. You may feel tired even after a full night's sleep. You might not want to talk to anyone, or you may feel anxious for no obvious reason. These feelings are signals that your mental health needs care and attention. To understand this better, let's compare it to physical health. Your physical health relates to your body, your heart, muscles, bones, and skin. If you eat well, get enough sleep, and exercise, your body stays strong. But if you neglect your body, maybe you don't eat well or don't get enough rest, it can become weak or sick. Mental health operates in a very similar way. If you care for your thoughts and emotions by talking to people, resting your mind, engaging in enjoyable activities, or seeking help when you need mental health stays strong. But if you feel isolated all the time or constantly under stress or hide your emotions for too long, your mental health can begin to feel weak or worn out. This is a normal human experience that can happen to anyone. This is why it's vital to recognize that everyone has mental health. Yes, every single person, just as we all have a body, we all have a mind. Some people may have very strong mental health. Others might struggle more. And a person who feels strong one week may feel very low the next. That's okay. Mental health doesn't remain static. It can fluctuate, just like our energy levels or moods. Another key point is that mental health isn't only about problems. Many assume that discussing mental health means talking about depression or sadness, but this isn't always the case. It also means feeling good on the inside, having hope, finding balance, and knowing how to enjoy life. When your mental health is in a good place, you are better equipped to connect with others, focus on your goals, and feel a sense of peace in your daily life. To summarize, mental health is simply how your mind feels. It's how you think, feel, and live. Just as your body needs food, your mind needs rest and care. Just as your body needs to move and stretch, your mind needs peace, connection, and understanding. And just like your body can get sick and then recover, your mind can also go through difficult times and heal. Please remember this. Having mental health problems doesn't mean you are broken or weak. It simply means you are human. It means your mind, like your body, needs some extra support and care, and that is perfectly acceptable. So now that we understand what mental health is, let's move on to the next part. Why is it important? Stick with me. This information will be very helpful. The importance of mental health. Now that we have a clear understanding of what mental health is, let's explore why it is so important. Mental health isn't just an abstract concept or a simple feeling. It is something that impacts every aspect of our lives, emotions, and behaviors. It affects how we perceive ourselves, the world around us, and our interactions. With others, when your mental health is strong, you feel more in control of your life. You can handle challenges more easily, and you feel motivated, hopeful, and focused. But when your mental health isn't good, even minor things can feel overwhelming or confusing. You might lose hope or lose interest in activities you once enjoyed. Let's begin with how mental health affects our thinking. When your mind is healthy, your thoughts are clear. You can make decisions more easily and solve problems one step at a time. You tend to have a more positive outlook and feel more confident in yourself. However, with poor mental health, you might have constant negative thoughts. You may doubt your abilities, feel like everything is too hard. And even simple decisions like what to eat or what to snack on feel difficult. Next, let's consider how mental health influences your feelings. Good mental health brings emotional balance. This means you don't feel extreme highs or lows all the time. You can feel happy when something good happens and sad when something bad happens, and that's a healthy emotional response. Your emotions are more natural and not overly intense. But if your mental health is not okay, your emotions might become too powerful or too flat. You may cry frequently, feel numb, get angry quickly, or feel an inner emptiness. Mental health also shapes our daily actions. When you are mentally healthy, you are more open and active. You talk to people, you take care of your body, and you manage your time effectively. You can go to school or work and help at home with more energy. Poor mental health, however, can make you feel like doing nothing at all. You might stop talking to others, stay in bed all day, or begin to avoid people and responsibilities. Let's think about school or work. If your mental health is good, you can concentrate better. You can remember things, feel more creative, and be more productive. You're also better able to collaborate with others or solve problems as part of a team. But if your mind is filled with stress or sadness, it becomes hard to focus. You may forget things easily or feel too afraid to speak up or ask for help. which can lead to problems in your studies or at work. Mental health is also vital for your relationships, whether it's with your family, friends, or coworkers. Your mental health affects how you communicate and connect with people. Good mental health helps you listen to others, understand their feelings, and be kind. It helps you build trust and maintain strong relationships. On the other hand, poor mental health can cause issues. You may become distant, argue more often, or feel isolated even when you're surrounded by people. Another reason mental health is so crucial is that it equips you to handle stress. Life is full of challenges. Sometimes we have a lot of work, sometimes we lose a loved one, and sometimes we feel pressure to be perfect. With good mental health, you can manage these moments in a healthy way. You can take a deep breath, ask for help, and take small steps forward. Without strong mental health, stress can feel like an impossible obstacle, and you might feel stuck or break down under the pressure. Finally, mental health helps you make sound decisions. Every day we make countless choices, both big and small. A healthy mind helps you think clearly, helps you understand your own needs and stay true to your values. You don't act purely on emotion. You pause, think, and then act. But with poor mental health, you may make choices that harm yourself or others. You might act too impulsively or not act at all. As you can see, mental health is a fundamental part of everything in life that helps us feel well, think well, and live well. That's why we must give it the same attention we give our physical health. A healthy mind supports a happy and meaningful life. Now that we understand how important mental health is, let's discuss some of the most common mental health problems people encounter. You are not alone, and many people share these experiences. Let's explore them together in the next section. Common mental health challenges. Now that we understand why mental health is so important, let's talk about some of the most common challenges people face. These are issues that many individuals encounter at some point in their lives. It's crucial to know that these problems are normal, and if you have ever felt this way, you are not alone. Anyone at any time can experience these issues. Regardless of their age, wealth, or gender, these problems don't mean that there's something wrong with you. They simply mean your mind needs care, just as your body does when it's tired or sick. Let's start with something many people experience: stress. Stress is the feeling we get when we're under pressure or when something seems too difficult. You might feel stressed when you have a lot of work, exams, or worries about money or the future. Stress can make your heart beat faster, your muscles feel tense, and your thoughts race. You might feel like you can't relax even when you're at home. For example, if you have a big test tomorrow and haven't studied enough, you feel nervous. Your hands are cold and your mind keeps repeating, "What if I fail?" That's stress. A little bit of stress is fine. It can keep you alert. But too much stress for a long period is not good for your mental health. Next, let's discuss anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of fear or worry that doesn't easily go away. It's more than just feeling nervous before a presentation or job interview. Anxiety can linger in your body and mind even when there's no actual danger. People with anxiety often worry about things that might happen, and their minds imagine the worst-case scenario even when everything is okay. For example, you might walk into a room full of people and suddenly feel your heart pounding, your hands shaking, and a strong sense that everyone is watching or judging you. That could be anxiety. Some people experience anxiety when talking to others, going outside, or even making small decisions. Anxiety can leave you feeling scared, tired, and stuck. Another common mental health challenge is depression. Depression is much more than temporary sadness. Everyone feels sad sometimes. That's a normal emotion, but depression is when that sadness persists for weeks or months. You may feel empty, lose interest in hobbies you once enjoyed, or feel like life has no meaning. People with depression often feel constantly tired. They might eat too much or too little, or sleep for many hours, or not at all. For example, a person who used to love music might stop listening to it. Or a student who got good grades might stop doing their homework. Depression can make you feel alone even when you are with people. Some people with depression don't even realize they have it. They just feel like they aren't themselves anymore. But the good news is, depression is treatable, and many people recover with help. Now, let's talk about loneliness. Loneliness is the feeling of being alone on the inside, even if you are surrounded by people. You might have friends, family, or coworkers, but still feel like nobody truly understands you. Or you may not have people to talk to or share your feelings with. This can happen if you move to a new city, lose a loved one, or spend a lot of time online without having face-to-face conversations. For example, someone who moves to another country may feel lonely because they don't know the language well or don't know anyone yet. Loneliness can make you feel invisible, as if no one sees or cares about you. Over time, it can harm your confidence and happiness. But just like other mental health issues, loneliness can be overcome with time, support, and small actions like reaching out to someone or joining a new activity. It's crucial to understand that all these problems are common. Many people in the world have experienced stress, anxiety, depression, or loneliness at some point in their lives. It doesn't matter how successful, strong, or smart someone is. Mental health problems are simply a part of being human. Having these problems does not mean you are weak. It just means you are going through a difficult time and deserve support, care, and understanding. The most important thing to remember is this: you are not alone. If you feel like something is wrong inside, please know that countless others have felt the same way, and many have found ways to feel better again. In the next part of this episode, we will learn how to recognize the warning signs of mental health issues so we can help ourselves and others when things start to feel too difficult. Recognizing the signs now that we've discussed some common mental health challenges, let's talk about something very important: how to notice the signs of mental health issues. These signs are like small messages from your mind and body. They are telling you that something may not be okay on the inside, even if everything appears normal on the outside. The first sign we'll cover is feeling tired all the time. Of course, everyone gets tired sometimes, especially after a long day, at work or school. But when you feel constantly tired, even after sleeping, it could be a sign that your mind is not well. Imagine waking up in the morning and having no energy to start the day. You don't want to get out of bed. You feel slow, heavy, or weak every day. This kind of tiredness isn't just physical. It's often your mind's way of saying, "I need help." Another common sign is losing interest in things you usually enjoy. Let's say you love football, music, or spending time with your friends. When your mental health is good, these activities make you happy. You feel relaxed or excited when you do them. But when your mental health isn't okay, those same things may no longer be fun. You might stop listening to music, not feel like playing football, or cancel plans with your friends, not because you're busy, but because you simply don't care anymore. That's a clear signal that something inside needs attention. A third sign is changes in your sleep patterns, either sleeping too much or too little. Sleep and mental health are closely connected. When your mind is healthy, you typically sleep for about 7 to 9 hours each night. You fall asleep easily and wake up feeling refreshed. But when something is wrong, your sleep changes. You may have trouble falling asleep, or you might wake up in the middle of the night with a racing mind. Conversely, you might sleep for many hours and still feel tired. Some people sleep all day just to avoid thinking about their problems. If your sleep habits change significantly, it could be your mind's way of saying something isn't right. Another important sign is not wanting to talk to people. Social connection is vital for our mental health. When we feel well, we enjoy being around others, sharing stories, laughing, or just spending time together. But when we feel anxious or low, we might start to avoid people. Maybe you stop responding to messages. You don't want to go out. You feel like no one understands you or that you're a burden to others, so you choose to be alone. While being alone sometimes is normal, if it becomes a constant pattern, it can make mental health worse. If someone is always by themselves, always quiet, and doesn't seem like their usual self, it might be a sign they need support. Other small signs can include changes in eating habits. Some people eat a lot when they're stressed or sad, while others stop eating completely. You might also notice someone crying often, getting angry for no clear reason, or having difficulty focusing at work or school. These small changes may seem simple, but together they can indicate that someone is struggling on the inside. It's also important to remember that people don't always show their pain in the same way. Some people will smile and act happy in front of others, even when they are hurting inside. This is why we must be gentle and kind with the people around us. We never truly know what someone else is going through. If you notice these signs in yourself, doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means your mind is asking for care. And if you notice these signs in a friend, family member, or classmate, try to be there for them. You don't have to solve all their problems. Sometimes just listening or asking, "Are you okay?" can make a huge difference. Remember, recognizing the signs early is the first step toward feeling better. Just as a small cough can signal a cold, these small signs can be your mind's way of telling you it needs help. The good news is, when we understand these signs, we can take steps to improve our mental health before things get worse. In the next part of this episode, we will talk about how to care for your mental health in your daily life. Simple and easy. Things you can do to feel more peaceful and stronger on the inside. You don't need to make drastic changes. Small steps can create a big impact. How to care for your mental health now that we've learned how to recognize the signs of mental health problems. Let's discuss something very important: how to care for your mental health. Just as you brush your teeth to protect them or eat food to give your body energy, there are small things you can do every day to keep your mind healthy and strong. One of the most powerful things you can do is very simple: talk to someone. When you feel sad, worried, confused, or angry, don't keep everything bottled up inside. Talking to a person you trust can help more than you think. This could be a family member, a friend, a teacher, or anyone who will listen without judgment. You don't need to have all the right words. You can simply say, "I'm not feeling okay," or "I just need someone to listen." Speaking your feelings out loud helps release the pressure you feel inside your heart. Sometimes, just knowing that someone understands can make you feel more hopeful and lighter. Another important step is to get enough sleep. Sleep isn't just for your body's rest. It's also a time for your mind to heal. When you sleep well, your brain can think more clearly and your emotions are easier to manage. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. If you use your phone at night, try turning it off 30 minutes before you sleep. Your mind needs quiet time to relax. Most people need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Getting enough sleep helps you feel more balanced and calm the next day. Eating healthy food also supports your mental health. Food is fuel for your brain as well as your body. Try to eat more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and drink plenty of water. Avoid too much junk food or sugar, especially when you are feeling stressed. When you eat well, your mood improves, and your energy levels become more stable. For instance, having breakfast every day can help you start the day with more focus and less stress. Another excellent way to care for your mind is to move your body. You don't need to run a marathon or go to the gym every day. Short walk, dancing in your room, stretching, or some gentle exercise can make a big difference. Physical activity helps your body produce happy chemicals that make you feel good. If you feel sad or tired, try going for a short walk outside, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Fresh air, movement, and nature can refresh your mood and your body. It's also very helpful to take a break when you feel tired. Life can be busy with work, school, family, and social media, but your mind needs rest too. Don't wait until you're completely exhausted. Take short breaks throughout your day. You can close your eyes for a few minutes, take some deep breaths, stretch your arms, or get a glass of water. A short break can help you come back stronger. This isn't laziness. It's an act of kindness to yourself. A simple but powerful habit is to practice mindfulness or relaxation. This involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. You can try breathing slowly, listening to calming music, or just sitting quietly and observing your thoughts. You don't have to stop your thoughts, just watch them. You can say to yourself, I am calm, I am safe, I am doing my best. Even 5 minutes of quiet time can help your mind feel peaceful and clear. You can also try writing your thoughts in a journal. This can help you understand your emotions and release stress. Additionally, try to do things that bring you joy. It can be something simple like reading a book, drawing, playing with a pet, listening to music, or watching something funny. These small moments of joy are like little gifts for your mind. They provide you with energy and hope. When you make time for small joys, you are telling yourself, I matter. My happiness matters. It's also helpful to spend time with people who make you feel safe and happy. Being around positive and supportive people can lift your mood and make you feel more connected. You don't need many people, just 1 or 2 who cares enough. If you feel lonely, try to join a class or a group, or even just say hello to someone new. Small steps can lead to strong connections. Remember, taking care of your mental health doesn't require making big, perfect changes. It's about doing small, simple things each day to help your mind feel strong, calm, and safe. Some days will be harder than others, and that's fine. The most important thing is to be gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself with kindness, just as you would talk to a friend. Every small step matters. Drinking water, taking a walk, resting, asking for help. Smiling, these are not small actions. They are signs of strength. They're ways you show love to your own mind. So now I want you to ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today to care for my mind? Maybe you can take a walk, call a friend, or just sit quietly for 5 minutes. Whatever it is, it's a good step, and every step counts. In the next part, we'll talk about when and how to ask for help, because sometimes we need more support, and that is also completely okay. Let's continue together when and how to ask for help. Now that we've talked about how to take care of your mental health, it's important to understand something else. Sometimes we need help from others, and that is completely fine. Many people mistakenly believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness, but this is not true. Asking for help is actually a sign of strength. It means you have self-awareness and that you care about your mind and want to feel better. Strong people are not the ones who do everything by themselves. Strong people are the ones who know when to say, I can't do this alone. We all face difficult times. Perhaps we feel sad for too long. Perhaps we feel confused, afraid, or angry. Maybe nothing feels right, and we don't know why. When this happens, one of the best things we can do is talk to someone. Talking can help. You release your feelings and see the problem more clearly. Sometimes just saying things out loud can make your heart feel lighter. So, who can you talk to when you need help? You can start with someone you trust, someone who listens without judging you. You could talk to your family, maybe a parent, a sibling, or a cousin. They might not have all the answers, but they can offer you love and support. Just being with someone who cares can help you feel safer and less alone. You can also talk to your friends. A good friend is someone who listens, understands, and stands by you even when you're not doing well. You don't have to share everything all at once. You can start with something small like, I've been feeling really tired lately, or I just need someone to talk to. A true friend will care. If you are a student, you can speak with your teachers. Many teachers are there for more than just teaching subjects like English or math. They also care about your well-being. If you are going through a hard time, a teacher might be able to help you or direct you to someone who can. You don't have to explain everything. You can simply let them know you're not feeling okay. Another great option is to talk to a doctor or a counselor. These are professionals who are trained to help with mental health issues. They understand how the mind works and know how to help people feel better. You don't have to wait until things get really bad. You can talk to a counselor even when your problems feel small. Sometimes talking to a professional is the best step toward healing and personal growth. In some places, there are free mental health centers or hotlines you can call, text, or visit. You can also find support groups, people who are going through the same things as you. Talking to someone who understands your feelings can help you feel stronger. It's important to remember that you are not a problem. You are a person with a problem, and problems can be solved. You are not broken. You are human, and humans need each other. Also, never feel ashamed of needing help. You don't have to hide your feelings. You don't have to smile when you feel like crying. Real courage is being truthful about how you feel and allowing someone to support you. That is where healing begins. So, the next time you feel lost, tired, or low, don't stay silent. Don't wait for things to get worse. Reach out, call a friend, talk to someone you trust, see a doctor. You are not alone. There are people who care and want to help you feel better. In the next part of this episode, we will discuss some common myths or false beliefs about mental health. Many people are afraid to talk about mental health because of these myths. But together, we will learn the truth. Myths about mental health now. Let's talk about something very important. Myths about mental health. A myth is a belief that many people think is true but is actually false. These misconceptions can make people feel ashamed or scared to talk about their mental health. That's why we need to understand the truth and stop believing these myths. One common myth is that only weak people have mental health problems. This is simply not true. Mental health challenges can happen to anyone: strong people, smart people, rich people, poor people, men, women, young people, and older people. Everyone has a mind, and everyone can feel fear, stress, sadness, or pain. Having a mental health problem does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. Even the strongest people in the world, doctors, athletes, teachers, and leaders can struggle with their mental health. In fact, it takes true strength to say, "I'm not okay and I need help." That is not weakness. That is courage. Another false belief is that mental health problems never go away. This is untrue. Many people think that if someone has anxiety or depression, they will have it forever. But that's not the case. Mental health problems can get better with the right care and support. Some people recover by talking to a friend or counselor. Others need a doctor's support or medication. Some people feel better with time, exercise, sleep, or by making small daily changes. Just like a broken bone can heal, the mind can heal too. It may require time and support, but recovery is possible. Many people feel happy and strong again after going through difficult times. Some people also believe you should just be happy and stop thinking too much. This may sound simple, but it is not helpful. People with mental health problems often cannot simply stop feeling or thinking a certain way. It's not a choice to be sad or anxious. Something deeper inside that needs attention. Telling someone to just smile or be positive can actually make them feel worse. Instead of judging, we should offer kindness and say, "I'm here for you," or "Would you like to talk?" Support is far more helpful than simplistic advice. Another myth is that if someone looks fine, they are fine. This is also not true. Some people smile and laugh on the outside, but feel very stressed or sad on the inside. They hide their pain because they don't want to worry others or feel ashamed. So it's important not to judge people based solely on how they appear. If someone seems quiet, tired, or acts differently, they may need support. Sometimes the people who seem the strongest are the ones who need help the most. Finally, some people think that talking about mental health makes things worse. This is not true at all. Talking about mental health is one of the best ways to understand it and improve it. When we talk, we share our feelings, learn new ideas, and feel less alone. Silence keeps people stuck. But when we speak, we begin to Talking does not worsen mental health. It makes it better. So why do these myths exist? It's primarily because many people don't have enough information about mental health. They're confused or afraid. But when we learn the truth, we can help ourselves and others feel supported, safe, and understood. You can be a part of this change. You can learn, share, and offer support. You can speak with kindness, listen openly, and remind others that mental health is just as important as physical health. In the final part of this episode, we'll review everything we've learned and conclude with a message of hope and encouragement. Let's keep going. Final thoughts and encouragement. We have now reached the end of today's episode. Before we say our goodbyes, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned together. We began by trying to understand.